In the layered silence of temperate forests, where light filters through oak leaves and time seems to move slower than memory, the jay exists not as a background presence, but as a quiet architect of the ecosystem. Often mistaken for nothing more than a colorful bird with a harsh call, the jay, particularly the Eurasian jay, Garrulus glandarius, is in fact one of the most cognitively advanced non-human animals inhabiting woodland environments. Its story is not one of speed or brute strength, but of memory, strategy, and foresight. Evolutionarily, the jay belongs to the corvid family, a lineage that includes crows, ravens, magpies, and nutcrackers. This family diverged millions of years ago, evolving in large brains relative to body size, dense neural clustering, and behavioral plasticity rarely seen outside primates. Fossil evidence and genetic analysis suggest that early corvids adapted to fluctuating climates by developing problem-solving abilities rather than specialized physical traits. The jay inherited this mental toolkit and refined it for a life among trees. Physically, the jay is compact but powerfully built. Its wings are broad, allowing agile movement through dense forest canopies. Plumage varies by species, but the Eurasian jay is immediately recognizable: warm pinkish-brown body feathers, a stark black mustache stripe, white rump flashes during flight, and the iconic electric blue-barred wing patch that seems almost artificial in vibrancy. This coloration is not mere decoration. The contrast serves both communication and intimidation, flashing suddenly when the bird takes flight, startling predators and signaling conspecifics. The beak is strong and slightly curved, designed not only for feeding but for manipulation. Jays are not passive foragers. They pry bark, flip leaves, and extract hidden resources with deliberate intent. Their eyes, set slightly forward compared to many birds, provide enhanced depth perception, critical for precise movements and spatial memory. Behaviorally, the jay is best described as vigilant, strategic, and opportunistic. It spends much of its time observing rather than acting. Jays are known to freeze mid-motion, listening, scanning, calculating. This caution is not fear, it is information gathering. Once confident, the bird moves decisively, often startlingly so. Habitat selection reflects this intelligence. Jays favor mixed woodlands, especially those dominated by oak trees. Oaks provide not only shelter but the jay's most critical resource, acorns. The relationship between jay and oak is one of the most sophisticated examples of mutualism in terrestrial ecosystems. Each autumn, a single jay may cache several thousand acorns, burying them individually across a vast territory. These caches are remembered with astonishing accuracy for months, sometimes even into the following year. But here lies the ecological twist: not all acorns are recovered. Forgotten caches germinate, giving rise to new oak trees. In this way, the jay functions as an unintentional forest planter, shaping the future structure of woodlands across continents. Entire oak forests owe their existence, in part, to the memory errors of jays. Socially, jays occupy a flexible middle ground between solitary and communal life. Outside breeding season, they may form loose groups, sharing information about food sources or threats. During nesting periods, pairs become fiercely territorial. The bond between mates is subtle but strong, maintained through shared vigilance rather than constant proximity. Communication among jays is complex. Their vocal repertoire includes harsh alarm calls, soft contact notes, and mimicry of other species, including predators. A jay imitating a hawk is not performing, it is manipulating perception. This ability to deceive, rare in the animal kingdom, demonstrates an advanced understanding of cause and effect in the minds of others. Predation pressures have further honed the jay's intellect. Hawks, owls, martens, and even humans have long posed threats. Rather than relying solely on camouflage or speed, jays rely on early detection and information networks. One jay's alarm call can mobilize an entire section of forest, warning multiple species simultaneously. Dietary flexibility is another cornerstone of survival. Jays are omnivorous, consuming insects, small vertebrates, eggs, seeds, fruits, and carrion. This adaptability allows them to thrive in both pristine forests and human-altered landscapes such as parks and agricultural edges. Yet even in urban environments, jays retain their wariness, rarely fully habituating to human presence. The jay is not merely surviving its environment, it is anticipating it. Memory is the axis around which the jay's life rotates. Unlike most animals that respond primarily to immediate stimuli, jays operate on delayed reward systems. Experimental studies have shown that jays can plan for future needs, caching food based not on current hunger but on anticipated scarcity. This places them among a select group of animals capable of episodic-like memory. The brain of a jay reflects this capability. The hippocampus, the region associated with spatial memory, is disproportionately large. Neural density within this area allows the bird to create and maintain detailed mental maps of its territory. Each cache location is encoded not just spatially but contextually, relative to landmarks, light conditions, and even the jay's own past actions. This mental sophistication influences social dynamics as well. Jays are acutely aware of being observed. When caching food in the presence of other jays, individuals may engage in deceptive behaviors, pretending to hide food in one location while secretly storing it elsewhere. Later, if they believe they have been watched, they may relocate caches to prevent theft. This suggests not only memory, but theory of mind, the ability to infer what others know. Breeding behavior further illustrates the species' complexity. Nest sites are chosen with meticulous care, often concealed within dense foliage. Both parents participate in construction, incubation, and feeding. The chicks hatch blind and helpless, requiring constant attention. During this period, adult jays become especially secretive, reducing vocalizations and altering flight paths to avoid revealing nest locations. Threats to jays are multifaceted. Habitat fragmentation reduces suitable woodland cover, while intensive agriculture removes key food sources. Climate change disrupts acorn production cycles, creating mismatches between caching behavior and resource availability. Despite these pressures, jays have shown remarkable resilience, adapting ranges and behaviors as conditions shift. Their ecological role extends beyond seed dispersal. By preying on insects and small animals, jays help regulate populations that could otherwise damage forest health. Their alarm calls serve as early warning systems for multiple species, increasing overall ecosystem survival. Culturally, jays have occupied symbolic roles in human societies. In European folklore, they are often portrayed as clever tricksters or guardians of the forest. This perception, while anthropomorphic, is not entirely misplaced. Few animals demonstrate such a clear blend of intelligence, adaptability, and environmental influence. The jay's presence alters behavior around it. Forests with active jay populations exhibit different plant distributions, predator-prey dynamics, and even soundscapes. Silence after a jay alarm call is not emptiness, it is coordinated response. As forests age and regenerate, the jay remains a constant thread, weaving past, present, and future together through behavior rooted in memory. Juvenile jays learn not through instinct alone, but through observation. They watch adults cache food, respond to threats, and interact socially. This cultural transmission accelerates adaptation across generations. Urban expansion has forced many jays into closer contact with humans. In city parks, they display heightened problem-solving abilities, opening containers, navigating traffic patterns, and exploiting new food sources. Yet this adaptability comes at a cost: increased exposure to pollution, domestic predators, and human conflict. Conservation of jays is inseparable from forest conservation. Protecting mature woodlands, preserving oak diversity, and maintaining ecological corridors are essential not only for jays but for entire ecosystems that depend on their actions. The loss of jays would not be immediately catastrophic, but over decades, forests would change in subtle yet irreversible ways. The jay does not dominate its environment. It does not roar or stampede or overwhelm. Instead, it remembers, it observes, it plans, and through these quiet acts, it reshapes landscapes on a timescale far longer than its own lifespan. To understand the jay is to understand that intelligence in nature is not always loud or obvious. Sometimes it wears feathers, moves cautiously through branches, and plants forests without knowing it.